Today is February 12th. The President just gave his State of the Union speech, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview of it. I'm going to speak as if I'm the President, but I'm going to be speaking in summary. So, starts off, thank you, Mr. Speaker, Vice President, Congress, fellow citizens of the United States, welcome. JFK said that we should be partners to improve things, and the wars are winding down. There's been 6 million new jobs, and we use a lot less foreign oil. Housing and stock market is rebounding, and healthcare is on the rise. Things are getting better. The State of the Union is now stronger than it has been in a long time. There's lots of but many Americans' hard work is not yet rewarded. Corporate profits are at an all-time high, and incomes of the lower class are stagnant. Middle class is our new focus, and so we need to open the doors of opportunity for them. People don't want partisanship. They expect some compromises amongst us, Congress and the White House. Deficit is down $2.5 trillion by cuts and taxing the rich, but there's a lot more to go. And this pending sequester, which are the upcoming cuts, are going to hurt jobs, the economy, the military, old people, etc., etc. The Republicans want to keep the military cuts, but the Republicans want to keep the military, but they want to cut the social programs. And while it is true that debt is mostly from the old folks' medical cost, we must ask more from the wealthy rather than lay off teachers, firemen, etc. Everybody must do their fair share. The President speaking, I propose cuts starting the next decade, which will charge rich seniors more for health care. It'll make other changes to healthcare structures to cut costs while not reducing benefits, because we must keep our promise to the old people. Also, why would we cut social programs without generating more tax, or without getting more taxes by cutting loopholes? We need tax reform that helps small businesses, and we need to tax bigger companies more so that business owners can't get away with paying less money than their secretaries in taxes. We need to lower the incentives for moving jobs overseas, and while these changes will be hard, we need to work together to avoid these spending cuts that hurt us all. So let's agree to pay our bills on time and keep our promises. We don't need another crisis, because crises such as the sequester hurt jobs, and they make people afraid. Excuse me. Deficit reduction is only part of the problem, but creating the middle class jobs must be our North Star. We must ask ourselves 3 questions every day. How do we attract new jobs to our shores? How do we equip our people? And how do we make sure that hard work equals a good living for the middle class and the lower class? He has some proposals. I have some proposals. For instance, Ford, Apple, Caterpillar, they're bringing jobs back to the U.S., so we need to create 3 hubs of manufacturing institutes where the government and private industry join together to create these hubs, which will train people for technical types of jobs. And we need to create 3 more in the near future, and then 15 in the future, not so long after that. We've made a lot of money mapping the human genome. It was very profitable, but we need to have more investments of this sort through medical and energy and new types of energy, which will be profitable as well. We are currently getting more of our own oil from the U.S. Greenhouse gases are down, but we need to do more. The weather is getting hotter and hotter, and it's not a coincidence, so we must act. We have to urge Congress to fix it, but the President, will take executive action if they don't take steps to take care of this problem. We must compete with China on this, and also energy, the energy issue, like green type energies. And we need to have more oil and gas technology and permits. Let's see. We need to create an energy security trust to help with this, and that's a new thing that will be created. I challenge the United States to cut energy waste by half in the next 20 years. We also must upgrade our infrastructure, which means our roads and our internet, etc., so businesses want to come to the United States. We're also going to start a new plan that's called the Fix It First program, and under this program, he's going to put people to work right away on bridges that are in need of repair, upgrading schools, pipelines, etc., etc. Housing prices are going up with construction going up as well, so that's good, but some people are still having a hard time getting homes, so we need to fix this. So Congress, please sign a bill to save homeowners $3,000 per year by getting them to refinance at the lowest rate. Everybody should agree on this. Make it easy for everyone to get a home, and in addition to this, we need more training and jobs. It's not enough not enough 4-year-olds are in preschool. So the president proposes give more money to states for preschool so that more kids can be in preschool, which should reduce dropout rates for high school, reduce teen pregnancy, etc., 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 etc. High schools should be changing their focus to make kids more prepared for jobs after college. It's kind of like Germany does, where they kind of have a technical skill when they get out, so they don't necessarily need to go to college. So he also challenges the redesign of schools towards this model, and he will reward those with federal dollars if they do so. College is also too expensive, and loans and grants have helped quite a bit, but colleges need to keep their costs down, and the government should take a role in this by offering cheaper colleges more funds and creating reports which people can see which colleges are cheaper. All who work should be able to get ahead. Immigration. We must pass immigration reform. We need to have better border control, and we're doing a great job of keeping our borders secure, but we must reduce illegal crossings further and make a path to citizenship. We also must cut the wait times that people have to wait to become citizens. So he urges the Congress, please create a bill, send it to me, and I'll sign it. We also have to fight discrimination against women. We need another bill to pass the Paycheck. We need to pass the Paycheck Fairness Act for women, which ensures that they get a equal or a fair pay for their work. The minimum wage is not enough. There's too many families in poverty, so we need to raise it to $9 an hour. This should help bring a lot of people out of poverty, but even more importantly, let's tie the minimum wage going forward to the cost of living. I assume that means the cost of living index. Let's encourage marriage with our tax policies so that men are more tempted to stay married and take care of their kids. Let's salute the troops as we did, as they have defeated Al-Qaeda. 33 soldiers are home now. 33,000 soldiers are home now from Afghanistan. Next year we'll bring home 34,000, and then by the end of next year, the end of 2014, as I understand that, the war in Afghanistan will officially be over. At that point, we will train and equip them, Al-Qaeda, but not have an active role. Al-Qaeda is down, and the troops are not as much needed, so we will still fight terrorists, but more as a providing training and providing materials type of role. We also need to follow the law and be more transparent in how we pursue terrorists. We must also stop North Korea from their path of nuclear bombs, etc., etc. And if they don't, then they will be isolated from the rest of the world because we stand united against them. Iran must also stop from trying to get a nuclear weapon, or they will find themselves isolated, and we will do whatever it takes to stop them. We must work with Russia to mutually reduce our weapons of mass destruction, and we must also fight cyber attacks because they want to sabotage our banks, our power grids, and break in and steal our personal identities, etc., etc. So Congress needs to give a law or pass a law giving the government more power to fight these types of attacks. The Trans-Pacific and Transatlantic partnerships are being pursued to promote free trade with Asian countries as well as the European Union. And we will work to reduce global poverty worldwide with better health care and to create an AIDS-free world. We are a beacon to the world. We will defend the Middle East and promote democracy over there. When I say promote the Middle East, we'll defend the people of the Middle East and promote freedom over there. We'll fight Egypt and Syria oppression and support the people there. We will also stand with Israel for peace in the Middle East. We'll protect our military people here and we'll have the best military in the world and protect gay rights in the military and the gay family members of the military. We'll also support women's rights in the military and support the Wounded Warriors program and healthcare for our veterans. We'll give them the benefits they've earned. We must all do our part to protect freedom and the right to vote. So we're going to have a nonpartisan commission to make voting easier so people don't have to wait in line for 5 hours to vote. We also must protect our children, such as in Sandy Hook, where a lot of them got shot. We're going to push for legislation on background checks, not reselling guns to criminals, and get rid of bigger guns and ammunition. And we're pushing Congress to vote on it. And 1,000 people have been shot since Sandy Hook. He tells a story about a young girl who was shot after playing at his inauguration 3 weeks ago. There's been dozens of folks affected by gun violence. There's a couple of dozen of them here in the room, and people are applauding. Gabby Gifford is here. We need to give a vote on gun rules for the people of Sandy Hook, Aurora, a listing of about 4 or 5 other cities where there was shooting. There's applause in the room, a lot of applause. We can't stop all the shootings, but we can make a difference and look out for our fellow Americans. Now we tell a story of a nurse who saved 20 babies during a hurricane, an elderly woman who was 102 years old who waited many hours in line to vote. There's a police officer who defended a Muslim temple from a gunman. The cop was shot 12 times, but he held his ground because we are all citizens and we accept the obligations to each other. Our rights are intertwined. We're mutually obligated to one another. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. The end.